Today we will be talking about transformations of parent functions. Cubics is from Algebra 2, TEKS 2A, 6A, and we will be introducing quartic and quintic, which is an extension of those TEKS. So first of all, we're going to be dealing with A, B, C, and D. So each of these letters has a role that it plays. So if you have a number in front of the function, this is your A value. Now A is going to be a vertical stretch or vertical compression depending on what you see. So if the absolute value is greater than 1, we're going to call that a vertical stretch. And if it's between 0 and 1, it's a vertical compression. So A is always vertical, either stretch or compression. Now if you see a negative in front of your function, then that's going to signify that you have a reflection over the x-axis. Okay? Now B. B will be in front of your x, inside your parentheses. Okay? And so B is going to be horizontal. So if you have a number inside of your parentheses in front of your x, it'll always be horizontal stretch or compression. If you see the number is greater than 1, then it's a horizontal compression by the reciprocal. So this right here is the most important. So if you see a parentheses 5x, that's going to be a horizontal compression by 1 over 5. Now, what if you saw that B was 1/5? Well, then it's a horizontal stretch by 5 because you take the reciprocal. Now, if you have a negative in front of x, inside your parentheses, that's going to be a reflection over the y-axis. Then we have our C value. Notice this equation has a minus C. So this minus means whatever we see here, we're always going to change the sign. And this is going to cause your graph to shift either left or right. But it's always going to be the opposite of what you see. So if you see a -4, it's really going to the right 4. And then D at the end, D will never be in the parentheses. D is going to be a constant, so it's going to be a number, and this is going to be your translation up or down. Okay, or vertical shift up, vertical shift down. So let's try a couple practice questions here. We have some examples that I'm going to do with you. So these ones are written in function notation. So we're going to do function notation before we get into cubics and quartics and so forth. Okay. So in front, let's look at example 1 and 2 first. Let's look at where this 1/2 is located. This 1/2 is in front of your function. So this 1/2 is a vertical compression of 1/2. Now this +4 is not in the parentheses. This is your D value. So this graph is going up 4. Okay. Now similar, but let's compare the differences. The 2 is in front, so this is still vertical. Okay. So this is a vertical stretch of 2 since the number is greater than 1. But now you see that this -3 is inside this parentheses. This is your left and right, but it's always the opposite of what you see. So your C value is going to be actually a +3, so we're going to go to the right 3 units. Okay? Write those down if you need them. Now, let's go ahead and try example 3 and 4. So take a look at them and see if you can figure some of these out. Okay? So this -5, so it's like this because it is in front of the function. So this is a vertical stretch. So biggest mistake here is people assuming because it's a negative number that it's less than 1. But for the vertical stretch or compression, we look at the absolute value, which is only a 5. So this is a vertical stretch of 5, and this causes a reflection over the x-axis. Now this +1 is inside your parentheses. Your C value is the opposite of this right here. So your C value is a -1. This graph is going to the left 1. Okay. Now compare this -2 to this -5. Where is this -2 located? It's inside your parentheses, in front of x, okay? So this is our tricky one right here. First of all, that negative is a reflection over the y-axis, okay? And this 2 is a B value. So your B is 2, which is going to be a horizontal compression of, well, what's the reciprocal of 2? It's a 1/2, Okay, and I'll have that typed on here. And this minus 3 is at the end. This is not in parentheses, so this is going to be down 3. So please go ahead and write those down. Again, the biggest thing is this horizontal compression. You always have to take the reciprocal of it to describe how much of a compression or stretch it is. Okay, so now we're going to get into, I'm going to go ahead and do another one with you guys, and then you guys are going to get to practice on your own. Okay, so this first one here, what do we see? We see this, okay, in front. This is inside and this is after. Notice now we are no longer in function notation. We are dealing with cubics. This is a cubic. These are quartics, but the translations don't change. Those numbers don't have any impact on what's happening. So in this case, we have an A of 1/2. Well, what is that 1/2 doing if it's A? It's a vertical compression of 1/2. Okay, that C value inside the parentheses, we always have to change that sign. So that C is a +3. That graph is going right 3. And the last one is the number that's going to be outside your parentheses. That's a +4, so this graph is going up 4. So go ahead and pause this video and try practice number 1, this one right here, on your own. Okay, check how you did on it. This is in front, therefore this is a vertical stretch of 2. And that +1 is your C value, but you always change the sign because you're subtracting really a -1. So this graph is going left 1. So let's get into this one together. So let's look at where this is located. That is a B value. So my B value is -6. So that negative causes a reflection over the y-axis. And then that 6 value. The 6 value is going to be a horizontal compression. Okay? Remember, if that number was greater than 1, the absolute value is greater than 1, then it's a horizontal compression, but you have to take the reciprocal of the 6, so it's 1/6. And the -2 at the end is your D value is a -2, so this graph is going down 2 units. Okay? Go ahead and pause this video, and I want you to try practice number 2, this one, on your own. Okay, check how you did. So yes, this negative is in front of the parentheses. This is not part of your B value. B always has to be inside the parentheses. So this A value is a -1. So this A value caused it to reflect over the x-axis. Your B is a 2. So if B is 2, then it's a horizontal compression of 1/2 because we have to take the reciprocal. Here we have a couple more practice questions for you to do on your own. Now notice this 5th power here. This is called a quintic. Guys, this 5th power does not change what happens to your parent function translations, okay? This one we have a cubic. Again, that cubic does not affect the translation that's occurring. So go ahead and pause this video and try practice number 3 on your own. Okay, see how you did on it, okay? This B value is 1/2, okay? It's inside the parentheses. If it's 1/2, it's a horizontal stretch. And you still have to take the reciprocal, so it's of 2, okay? Last question of the day. Go ahead and pause this video here and do the last question on your own. Okay, go ahead and check your work here. So this A value is -3. We know it's an A because it's not inside the parentheses. So that negative causes a reflection over the x-axis. And because it's a 3, that 3 is a vertical stretch of 3. Now that -2 here, be careful, that is not your C value. C will always be inside your parentheses. And because I had no parentheses, that's where some of the confusion might be. This has to be a D value. So D is -2, and the graph is going down 2. In this case, there was no C. Hopefully this video helped you practice transformations in regards to function notation or dealing with cubics, quartics, or quintics.